All right. Well, we're here for the Shuttlecock podcast. I'm here with Kayla Haubenschild. How are you doing?
Good. Sleepy.
Sleepy. So yeah, what have you been up to lately?
Just school. Fucking school. I don't know. Nothing much, really.
Yes. So you moved to Kansas City a year or two ago.
Yeah, I moved here last August for school, for KCAI. And yeah, I've been here a year. It's crazy.
And so what was your kind of main focus at KCAI?
So I'm doing printmaking. I might do like a second like major in like fiber and work with like clothes and stuff. Is that like fashion? Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that, like, just by, like, following you on Facebook and Instagram and everything, that, like, you're always out shopping and putting together, like, kind of crazy outfits.
Yeah, so. I spent, like, $100 today at the flea on, like, clothes. New cowboy hat, snakeskin cowboy hat. I'm excited about it.
But, yeah, so you're in town to do KCAI, and you're originally from the Denver area?
Yeah, I'm from Denver. Well, like, the suburbs of Denver. But, like, I worked in Denver, so, yeah, technically Denver.
So I was curious what it was just kind of like in general growing up there.
It was cool. I mean, I lived in the suburbs, so it was, like, very suburban life, like, very boring childhood. And then when I was in my 20s, I started going to, like, Rhinoceropolis, rest in peace, and like just like DIY venues that a lot of them are shut down now, but that kind of like got me into like the punk scene and stuff. Was just like going to like shows there was like just super DIY and really cool.
What kind of a spot was Rhinoceropolis?
So it was like a warehouse space, kind of similar to Awful House. There was like built like cubbies and stuff like for people to live in, and then there was a kitchen space, and the front space was like the show space. And then next door, there was another space, and then next door to that was another space. So there was, like, 3 spaces right next to each other, which was really cool. But a bunch of creative people, like, lived there, so that was cool. Cool place.
And how did you first kind of discover that space?
Ooh, I don't remember. I feel like it was just through friends, maybe talking about it. I think because it was like just such like a mix of like art and music scene, so I'm sure some of my artist friends like told me about it, and I would just start going to shows like alone there and stuff like that. Yeah, it's cool.
And what kind of bands were you seeing at that point? And like how old do you think you were?
I
like
think
when
I was
you were going?
Maybe when I first started going to Rhino, it was maybe like 20, 21, 22 around there. Yeah. One of the coolest shows I saw was Ice Age when they were, like, babies. They were, like, all, like, really little, like 18 years old or something, like, when I first saw them play there, like 18 and 19. Just, like, weird noise shows, like, weird experimental stuff was really cool. I saw, like, a lot of really random stuff, but I, like, couldn't even stand being at shows because I was really sensitive to, like, the noise and stuff like that. So it's just funny that now I'm, like, super into it.
Do you think you, like, specifically had to, like, overcome that, or do you think you just kind of...
I did, yeah. I had to work really hard to overcome the, like, sensitivity to, like, noise, and being trapped in, like, a crowded show was always really hard for me. So I kind of had to, like, force myself to deal with it, but it helped me a lot, so, yeah.
And so is it kind of exciting for you to see a space like Awful House pop up? I know, like, I talked with Noelle about this, like, a couple weeks ago, and she was really excited just that it was finally a thing.
It's amazing. Oh, my God. Like, they're doing such a good job. Like, so many cool shows have been put on there already. It seems like people are, like, floating shows to them, which is really cool. And then it seems like they're doing a lot of really cool, like, electronic, like, noise stuff, maybe. I haven't really been to any of those shows, but I'm so stoked that that place is around. I hope it stays around for a while. Try to donate some money to them or get them going because, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
So, yeah, what would you say your kind of first, like, forays into, like, visual artwork? Because you're doing printmaking now and you're interested in fibers. So when do you think you really decided that you wanted to pursue art like that?
I think when I was literally like a little kid. I was like in elementary school and I was like the artist like of the school. Like me and my best friend Brian Stremick, we were like the little artists of our class and stuff. And my mom's an artist, so it just kind of from there. And then high school, I was like in the art class, and like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to art school, like it's my dream. And then I went to Baltimore for a year to go to school, an art school, but I was like 18, so I was like terrified. And then I didn't go back, and then I was like on a mission to like finish my art degree, so that's why I'm here now. So yeah.
And what made KCAI a good fit for you?
I think because it's like so close to Colorado. I mean, it's not close, you know, it's like 9-hour drive, but also I was really into the punk scene here too. Like I was like, man, that'll be sick if I can like go to school and go to shows and like have a cool music scene to be a part of, because that's like kind of where I fit in now. I don't really fit in with like the art kids really, and like Beta Boys. I'd like seen videos of like Beta Boys and like New Cole, and I saw like videos in the basement of like Gacy's, and I was like, oh my god, that looks so fun. Like I really want to like be in that scene. And then of course like right after I moved here, they like all moved away. I was like, no. I was very sad.
Yeah, so you've kind of had to be part of that rebuilding process almost.
Yeah, like we have all been like trying to like get new bands going, and I'm really happy that like Nitecrawlers is happening and like all these new bands are coming out, because Casey needs it really bad.
And what do you think the disconnect is for you between you and some other KCAI students? Like, why don't you kind of hang out with them?
I think it's like the age thing, because I'm older. I'm like 27, so like, you know, they're all like 18 to like 21, and so it's just hard to connect. And I also have a lot more like life experience than them. I mean, there's a lot of really great artists there and a lot of great people there, but I just haven't like really vibed with anyone. I feel like I stick out like a sore thumb. Like when I walk around campus, I just kind of have this hat on or something, and people like stare at me, and I'm like, isn't this art school? Like, aren't we all supposed to be like weirdos? Like, I don't really get it. Like, I thought that that's where I fit in, but I just feel like I don't fit in there. I don't know. Yeah.
It's not something you worry about too much, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to make like really cool like connections and lifelong friends there, but it just hasn't really happened for me, which sucks, but.
And so I've always been kind of excited. Like, I never truly had, like, I think I was too young to truly have like a big nu metal phase, but I see you're always excited when like you find some cool like Korn video.
Oh my God,
or
I love that you were talking
something
about
like
this.
that. No, yeah, tell me about nu metal.
Oh, this is making me so happy right now. So in 7th or 8th grade, I became a mall goth.
It was a great life decision.
Yeah.
Great thing to do in high school.
Oh yeah, I like only shopped at Hot Topic. I put a bunch of black around my eyes. I got called a raccoon a lot. I got called a poser when I was like in 8th grade, because I would wear like fake like skate shoes and stuff, like Etnies or whatever, and like I didn't even skate, or like what was it, like DC or something? I don't remember. But yeah, then I was like a full-on mall goth in like 9th grade, and literally my favorite bands were like Korn, like Evanescence, like Linkin Park, like System of a Down, like Disturbed, like all of those. That was like my shit. Like, and like honestly, like it's like I've been listening to nu metal more lately, and it's like honestly like good to me. I don't know. It's like still a part of me, I guess. I don't know.
What do you think the like initial appeal for you was? Like, what made you excited about it?
I don't know. I don't really know. I think just like I was always kind of a weirdo, and so I think it just naturally just happened. Like maybe just going to the mall with my friend and seeing Hot Topic and just being super into it, and then I eventually got out of that mall goth phase in high school, because I guess you kind of go through phases, but there was this girl that I knew. Her name was Sydney, and she was like a goth kid, and I thought she was so cool, and I was like, man, I want to be your friend. We're friends still, but it's just funny.
Did you never end up seeing like any of those bands like in concert? And
actually, I did. I saw. Do you know where Red Rocks is in Colorado? So it was like a Red Rocks like music festival type thing, and Korn played. It was like The Doors played or something weird, and like 50 Cent, and then I'm pretty sure like Evanescence or someone played. So I got to see some of those bands. I think I also got to see like Good Charlotte and like Newfound Glory there too when I was like growing up. That was really fun.
Yeah, that's a great lineup. Did you ever end up at Warped Tour, or was that not quite your thing?
I actually never did.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I did go to Warped Tour, but yeah, I never got to go, unfortunately.
And yeah, so I always enjoy when I go over to like Stacy's place or some of my friends' houses, and they have the Family Values tour VHS on. I'm like, this is just guaranteed entertainment.
It's so good. Yeah, Tubi always puts it on. It's so sick. The Korn, like, behind the scenes, like, parts. So cool. Family Values.
So yeah, another thing that I've kind of noticed just by like viewing your art over like the last year, like you have a lot of focus on like faces and like a lot of cool contours and stuff like that. So where do you think that really stems from?
I don't know. I've been into it for a long time. Like, I just kind of started drawing faces just as like a comfort thing, like growing up. And then I just kind of stuck with it, and I can't seem to get out of that phase. And I've turned it more into like abstract, like shapes kind of faces. And I've always been really into like masks and stuff like that too. So I think it like kind of lends really well with like the things that I draw too, kind of mask-like, I guess.
And I think I see like kind of clowns pop up pretty often too. So the whole just weirdo mask clown thing.
I love that.
Turns into it.
One year I was like a Pierrot for Halloween, which is like a vintage clown, like the big flowy costume and like the pointed hat with like the little like pom-poms.
Did like nobody like quite get it and like you were kind of bummed out, or like did it not really matter?
I think people just saw it as a clown.
Yeah.
Which I guess it is, but oh yeah, we went to the flea today and there was like so many weird little creepy clown figurines. I was very happy.
What makes that clown in specific interesting?
Like a Pierrot?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe just because I love the 20s. It's like very 20s. And I love the costumes. I love like the half and half, like black and white kind of, or just like, I don't know, something about it. Maybe the sad face, like they always have like little tears and stuff like that. I like to do in my art too.
Would you say that like you're an expert on like different eras of clown outfits and stuff?
I don't know. I'm not like a big clown expert, but definitely. I don't know. I guess I never thought about it like that. That'd be a cool research project.
Yeah.
Like eras of clowns, like evolution of clowns.
Have you seen it yet?
I was about to say no. I haven't actually. I want to. Have you?
Yeah, it was pretty solid.
Was it good?
I liked it.
Was it creepy?
Yeah, it was pretty. Like I wasn't like there weren't really many like terrifying moments in it, but like it. I think it kind of is meant to be almost more of a thriller than a horror movie. So yeah, I was into it.
Yeah, I want to see it. I get really scared easy by movies, like scary movies. So I'm like scared, but also I feel like I would feel like it's sick to watch. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of good like visual effects and stuff.
Also, I love what's his face, Finn Wolfhard or whatever from Stranger Things.
Yeah,
I want to watch it because he's in it.
Yeah, Phoenix was really excited to like. She kind of just fangirled out over, and Stranger Things coming back and like.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So yeah, eventually, after living here for maybe, not even a year, I think like you started Nitecrawlers. So, explain to me just that band.
Yeah, so I had already been friends with like Bennett and Jack, and like I think towards like the end of last year, like they just straight up asked me, they were like, you should front like a band. And I was like, what? Okay, I mean, I guess. And Sailor was in town, and she kind of is like learning how to play the drums, or at the time she was kind of learning, and she like really wanted to play drums, and like we were just like messing around a little bit, and like we wrote like our first song, like I think at Max's house. What's that house called?
Second Base.
Second Base. Yeah, I think we were like just playing it, like messing around in there, and just like came up with our first song, and then like we kind of stopped like doing Nitecrawler stuff just because it just wasn't happening, because we just kept having to go through different like drummers and stuff like that. So it just wasn't really working out. So eventually we got Jake as our drummer. So then it just kind of went from there, and like yeah, they're just so crazy good at writing songs. And, like, Jake is a good backup. Like, he can just, like, pick up on what they're writing and stuff and, like, add to it. And I just like to make the lyrics, like, dark and creepy and, like, very personal and, like, very, like, self-deprecating. And I just like to perform. I like to, like, wear masks and, like, costumes and stuff and, like, make it very visual. Because I get really bored at shows. I like when, like, bands, like, put on, like, a lot of energy and, like, a lot of performance are the shows I get most excited about. So I just kind of wanted to do that, I guess.
Are you ever, like, afraid or just, like, turned off by a band that you would think is, like, gimmicky, though, for, like, dressing up or just being crazy on purpose?
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I can see what you're saying. Like that one band, like the Cops, like if they all wear the cop costumes. Like, yeah, that's, like, a little much. So I can see, and people even tell me, like, that it's like, oh, mask and costume, okay, that's gimmicky. But I think where it comes from is, like, I'm more confident when I'm in, like, a type of persona. I'm not very confident when it's just, like, my face and myself out. So it, like, even if it is gimmicky and people see it's gimmicky, like, I guess I don't really care because it helps me perform. And, you know, I guess I just, like, I don't know, like, there's this band, do you know who Goon is from Colorado?
I've heard of them. I don't think I've ever seen them or anything.
Well, Alex Fiedler, who fronts the band, he, like, wrote all the songs, but he'll, like, often wear some kind of costume, or, like, one time he wore a cape and was, like, throwing glitter around, and, like, one time he had this, like, crazy moss, like, jacket on, and, like, I was really inspired by that because you don't really see that. Like, people putting that much effort into each performance and making it different. So that's what, like, inspired me. So I guess, like, I didn't really see that as gimmicky. So, I don't know. I think if it was, like, a very specific costume that I wore every time, maybe that'd be gimmicky. But, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You're pretty good at switching it up.
Yeah, I try to switch it up.
Yeah, so you've had the plastic bag mask. You have, like, kind of like a... Like the all black one that you, and there's probably like one or two others.
Yeah, the red one with like the weird devil face.
Oh yeah, that was good.
The stocking one, and then I just recently got some really cool masks at Savers, like Halloween masks that I'm really excited about. So, like, I'm literally gonna hit up all the Halloween shops and, like, try to find as many creepy masks.
Yeah, it's probably a good time of year to be in the mask business.
Yeah, and I also want to make my own more too. I kind of started doing that, like that black one with the face on it and painted on it, but I want to make my own.
Is that something, like, you've explored as a part of your schoolwork?
It was kind of, in a way, like, it's always something I've wanted to try, but I've never actually tried making my own masks for my art. But it's something I really want to do because there are some artists who, like, actually physically make them, like, knit them or, like, kind of create them with fabric, which is really cool. So I kind of want to explore that.
And so what was that thing? Yeah, so should people expect, like, a really crazy Halloween time set from?
Yeah.
Like, do you guys have a show booked around Halloween yet?
I've been trying to talk to Bennett about, like, trying to book a Halloween show, and I want to do, like, a cover show or just something, or just I just want to dress up. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I don't think Kansas City has really even had, like, a huge Halloween, like, cover show in, like, a few years too. So that could be a good opportunity.
Yeah, Denver had one last year and I missed it because I was here. I was really bummed about it. But
what happened at that show?
It was a bunch of Denver bands or different Denver musicians who came together, like, in the punk scene and art, like, kind of like weirdo art scene there, like, came together and, like, put together a Halloween show and, like, did covers. I think my friends covered a band. It's not coming to me right now, but it looked really fun. I was so bummed I missed it.
So what kind of differences would you say that there are between, like, Kansas City's punk scene and somewhere like Denver?
I think Denver's, like, very, like, weirdo punks, like, kind of noise-based. I think Kansas City has a really good, like, straight-up, like, punk hardcore influence, you know, like, Midwest hardcore kind of going on, like, when bands like Beta Boys and stuff were, like, around. I think there's a lot more, like, I love the way Kansas City punks dress a lot, like, very, like, decked out, like, studs, like, stuff like that. Like Denver has like a street punk scene. I haven't really seen that here in Kansas City as much, but maybe I'm just not a part of that scene. But there's definitely some similarities. I think Denver just has like noisy weirdos. It's cool.
And it has like a few like youth attack bands too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Civilized, Culture Shock, like Native Degree. I don't think they were Youth Attack, but
City Hunter.
Oh yeah, City Hunter.
Yeah, that's a band with a kind of a crazy.
Yeah. I guess that
persona.
could be considered gimmicky in a way, but no, City Hunter's sick. A lot of people have a lot of issues that I know with like what goes on with City Hunter. But I personally love City Hunter. I think.
What happens with that band?
Well, so James, the singer, wears like a black mask and like paints his whole eyes like black. Like it's creepy as hell. It's not like blackface or anything, but like. And then one show, he literally was carrying a knife and he had it to his side, and I was so scared. I thought someone was actually gonna get stabbed. No, it was fine, but there was one. I think like I don't know if it's their album cover or something, but like. Or no, it was at a show, like 1 or 2 times where he was carrying like a fake head. It was like a woman's head, like by the hair, like dripping blood and stuff. So some people kind of see it as like abusive in a way, which I can totally understand that. But I think City Hunter is really cool. Yeah. Denver bands go hard, like City Hunter, Native Degree, stuff like that. But I think since like the falling of like Rhino and like all the DIY spots, I feel like it's kind of gone away a little bit. I think people are also in like different places in their lives. Like Zach Rainey is like kind of not doing Civilized anymore, doing other projects, and like Native Degree, like he has a baby now, so it's just like crazy to see like how it's changed like since I left. I don't know.
Yeah, and I see like. I've never made it to one of them, but I know Zach kind of brings his visual art to Kansas City every once in a while. Like, he'll have, like, stuff installed in galleries.
Yeah, he did have a show here, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's represented by someone who has a gallery here.
Yeah, and it's like, I really don't know all that much about visual art, but, like, there is kind of, like, a weird, like, pop art sense to what he does, I think.
Yeah, I
like,
totally can see that.
Because he'll, like, incorporate, like, yin-yang symbols and, like... the cool S or whatever, like, and I think that's kind of funny to see him do that.
Yeah, it's very, like, tongue-in-cheek. He also kind of did a show kind of that was very... Because he's, like, grew up as, like, a punk kid. Like, he was, like, a crusty little punk kid growing up in high school. And so he kind of brings this, like, punk into his art. Yeah, yeah, it's super cool. Like, he made this one piece that was, like... made from like his old punk like denim jackets, like just cut up, and like all of his patches and stuff was really cool. Cut up denim. It's a cool piece.
Yeah, and I guess just to further geek out about like Denver hardcore bands, like Negative Degree has always ruled.
Yeah,
like I think they're the Denver band that has made it to Kansas City like the most, and they kind of made friends with a lot of people here.
Yeah, it seems like they have a good connection here.
And that 7-inch is great. And the Culture Shock LP that came out is probably my favorite hardcore LP this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff.
Cool stuff.
Do you miss it pretty hard sometimes?
Oh yeah, I was thinking about it yesterday. How much I miss the scene there. I miss my friends, and like I miss shows there. But Kansas City's been holding up. There's been some good shows here, so I'm stoked about that.
Do you see yourself going back one day, or?
I don't know. Yeah. It's like taken over. It's like being taken over by like yuppies, just people just wanting to move there for the weed and like all that. Like it's just there's so many people there now. I just feel like I got like pushed out in a way. Like my parents even like just feel like they're getting pushed out of like their home, and that's like really scary because there's just so many people there now. So I feel like maybe someday I will, because I miss it a lot, but it just seems like people that I know there just kind of like not forgot about me, but I just feel like kind of like an outsider now because I've just been so a part of Kansas City. So
because you have gone back like once or twice since you've been here, right?
Times.
And like was it? Yeah, so I'm guessing it was a little weird going back.
It was a little weird, yeah. You know, you can tell who your real friends are when you are gone from somewhere for a long time, and then you go back and like see who is really your true friends because they want to see you when you're in town for a little bit. So it's just weird, definitely weird.
And so aside from Nitecrawlers, since you've been here, you I think you've like contributed a little bit to Bennett's Obscenity Plugs project. You played some keys on that, or
well, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
I haven't like actually recorded anything yet. I think we just haven't really sat down and worked on it. He like kind of showed me some stuff and like, but he wants me to like make up my own parts and stuff. But
yeah, I was gonna ask him. Like, I thought he was gonna be with you. So, how would you really describe that project if you?
It's like very like soft like bedroom kind of music, but it's also like sad boy kind of music, like very like sad lyrics and stuff. Like he's a really great songwriter. Like he's just really good at capturing like a certain style of music, but like putting his own like twist on it, or like he's just really great at writing lyrics too, like really compelling. I'm surprised he's not like famous yet, like he should be. I don't know.
I think he's got a shot.
Yeah.
And I got some roommates home. So, I had another Bennett question, but he's not here. Were you bummed out seeing Drippy's breakup, or?
I was sad. It just seemed like it was inevitable, though. I think it was like coming to an end. I think that like Noah's like kind of in a different place in his life, so I can totally understand. But I miss the Drippies a lot. It was sad to see their last show for sure.
Yeah, and the last show, pretty nuts. They had Nosferatu there.
Oh yeah. I love them.
Probably one of the best punk sets of the year so far.
That was definitely probably like one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, what are some of your favorite like punk shows of the summer or even just the year so far?
I think definitely Nosferatu. That was insane. People like breaking stuff, like getting bloody, like super violent. That was so cool. And I just love that band. It just sucks that the PA kind of sucks down there.
Yeah.
Couldn't really hear much, but you weren't there, but the last Control Test show.
Oh yeah, I missed
was
that
really good. People were breaking stuff, breaking like cinder blocks and like.
That's what makes a good show, right?
Yeah, and people love breaking stuff in that basement. Stacy's.
It's really spacious. There's lots of stuff to break.
Yeah.
So kind of lends itself.
People keep breaking all the chairs that I like to sit on.
No, yeah.
Practice.
No, because Phoenix came with me to the. It was Warm Bodies with Mala Leche.
Yeah.
And like someone brought down like a rocking chair, and like Phoenix was like, "That was a really nice rocking chair. Why'd they break that?" I'm like, "I guess it was fun, but yeah, that was a cool chair."
I know, that was the chair I like to use to sit on because that basement is so gross. I'm like such a neat freak. It's so funny that I'm like a little punk kid because I'm like I just can't stand being in like dirty punk houses all the time.
Yeah, you keep your own space pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I guess people should donate chairs if
yes.
because there will be nowhere to sit at Stacy's place.
Maybe I should bring my own folding chair or something. Every time
set up a lawn chair in the front row.
Ugh.
No, yeah, because it's funny sometimes. Like, well, there used to be that couch in the Blind Tiger basement, and people would just shove it up in front of the stage and sit down.
So funny.
But I'm pretty sure someone puked out on it at some point, probably, and they threw it away or something. I haven't seen it in a while. So if you have the Blind Tiger couch, shoot me a DM. I want to know where that is.
I know, me too. I miss that couch.
I have to just sit on one of the like the subwoofer things anytime I'm down there, and
yeah, because you have to stay down there.
Well, I've kind of started like nobody really quite cares. I kind of just venture upstairs now, but like. I wish I could just have a couch to sit on. I love to sit. That's one of my pastimes. Yeah, what are some of just your broader goals for like your art?
That's hard. Like, I love making art, but it's like not as fun as it used to be for me. So it's like I know I want to do art in the future. I don't really know where I want to go because I want to do stuff with fashion too. So I don't know, maybe try to find a way to blend fashion and art together. Maybe like I want to like have my own like make my own like magazine or something kind of similar to what you're doing. I think that's so cool. Like you just kind of are like producing your own kind of stuff and like being your own boss, which I want to do. Like I want to like be my own boss someday with like art and stuff. I don't want to like work for a company and like have someone tell me what to do. If I continue printmaking, it'd be cool to find a shop to work in. I want to work with oddities. Stuff like that would be cool. I don't really know. I'm just like, I thought I knew what I wanted, and now I just don't really know what I want to do.
Yeah, it's tough going to school and having to just have that foresight, and like not everybody really just has it, and that's it's not a bad thing, but yeah, it's something I guess a lot of people have to really struggle with at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay.
What else I got here? Yeah. So what does Nitecrawlers have coming up? I know the demo has been recorded.
Yeah, it's been recorded. They're all waiting on me to finish the art for it because I like want to make it like the sickest thing I've ever made and make it like super creepy. So they're all just like waiting on me to like get. We were finished recording it like a couple months ago. I might re-record my vocals though because I've never recorded anything before. So like hearing myself, like I was like, oh my god, like there's so much I hate about my voice on the demo. So we might re-record it. But once I get this art done, probably within the next like week or two, we should be putting the Bandcamp like demo out and probably start making tapes because we're gonna probably tour maybe.
Yeah, where do you hope to go on tour?
So probably maybe like we're talking about having like a New Year's Eve kickoff show, having like a big party, and then just like touring for like a week, like Midwest, like hitting up like maybe St. Louis, probably Oklahoma, or no, not Oklahoma, that's the other way. What were we talking about? Oh, Chicago for sure, like Minneapolis, just like do a little loop. Like around the Midwest, like North Midwest area. Yeah,
hopefully it's just not covered in snow completely.
I know, that's the thing. But with, global warming, it'll be fine. Like, I'm sure the winters are going to be, like, pushed out farther and farther now. So, but, yeah, I'm hoping the weather's not crazy because I don't really know. Winter's kind of a weird time to tour.
Did that ever prove to be a challenge while living in Denver?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrible. Denver had crazy winter storms. It's not as bad as it used to be, but like living in the suburbs and then driving to Denver for work like was a nightmare. Yeah, it sucked. Seems like winters here are pretty mild, just cold and like gloomy. It seems not as much snow as I was thinking there would be. Those ice storms are like crazy though, like when there's just like pure ice on the roads. I don't know, those are scary.
But yeah, so you were saying you kind of, like, I don't know if you were hesitant or not, but, like, you were kind of just taken aback by, like, being asked to sing in the band. Like, so you hadn't, like, played in any bands before or played any instruments? Or?
Well, I'm, like, classically trained, like, pianist and, like, violinist. So I can, like, play classical music, and I've always wanted to be in a band, and all my friends are always like, you look like you should just be in a band. I was like, okay. Like, that's cool. I've just never really sang before, and I was very nervous. It was, like, very hard for me to, like, break the ice and, like, just start writing and, like, singing. I don't feel like I'm the best, I feel like Michaela has, like, killer voice and can just, like, shred with her vocals, and I'm just, like, very timid. It's hard for me. I have a quiet voice, so it's really hard to be in, like, a kind of weirdo punk band, but I was flattered, and I'm excited it's happening because it's fun. It's fun to, like, get that out. It's, like, a good outlet to, like, sing.
And you mentioned that you were excited about the band Goon, but are there a lot of other places that you really, like, consciously, like, draw inspiration from?
Definitely my very first, like, inspiration for vocals was, like, Exit Order. I just love the way she sings. Like, the power in her voice is so cool.
Yeah.
Visually, I don't really know. I think I just it just comes from my closet. I just, like, whatever I can find in my closet, I'll throw it on. Just to, like, you get used to all the weird stuff I have in my closet.
But when did you start playing, like you said, piano and violin?
Yeah, piano when I was, like, 6 years old, and then violin when I was, like, I was in, like, 5th grade. So how old are you in 5th grade? Like 10?
Yeah, probably like 10,
like
11,
10
12.
Yeah, around there. Started violin. And I was in, like, orchestras and stuff. I did orchestra, like, in high school, and then, like, in, like, college in Colorado, I did that for a little bit. It was fun. I miss it a lot. Definitely 2 different universes, punk and then, like, classical.
Yeah, was that something that your parents just, like, wanted you to do at first, or?
I think, yeah, was just put into piano lessons when I was a kid, and I honestly didn't really like doing it. Like, I hated practicing. I hated going to lessons.
I don't think you hear about many kids that are just excited
like,
to do
excited.
piano lessons.
It's like, I mean, I'm glad I did it. I wasn't ever trained, like, the best. Like, my teacher was pretty lax with me. So, like, I could be, like, crazy good. You know, I just never practiced, and I was lazy about it. But, I mean, I like playing. I think I'm excited to do, like, obscenity plugs, like, just playing the little keyboard and, like, messing around with that.
Do you still have, like, do you find time to play and practice?
I just, like, don't have a keyboard or a piano, or my violin is in Colorado. So, I'm probably so bad at violin now. I want to. Maybe there's, like, a place in Kansas City that has, like, practice.
If someone has a piano to donate to Kayla, please reach out.
Let me know. I want to play it. I know that Emma was selling a keyboard. I need to hit her up.
But did you have, like, any really, like, fond memories of, like, playing in orchestra and doing piano music back then?
Yeah, I mean, piano was just like recitals every so often. I got really bad stage fright when I got older. I couldn't play recitals anymore. Orchestra was super fun. I just like making a really big sound with like an entire orchestra is really cool. And like I was kind of hoping to like maybe be in like a symphony one day or something, but that just probably not going to happen at this point unless I take lessons again or something. But yeah,
it can't be that hard to pick up. You know, you can.
Yeah.
Might throw a little violin on the next Nitecrawlers.
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe that'd be fun. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that could be hard to work
maybe obscenity plugs. I feel like it would go really well with that style. Just some soft violin noise in the background.
No, yeah, because Bennett, you mentioned he has like kind of the bedroom pop style of songwriting that he can do pretty well. And, you know, if you listen to like any of the recent like Alex G records, like he has all sorts of just weird instrumentation on those. So I don't think it's too far-fetched to have that on there.
No, I definitely, when he found out I played violin, he was like, what? He was like, we should totally do that for, but, Alex G is playing the Bottleneck in October. I want to go to that. Really bad.
I saw him open for Fleet Foxes like a month ago.
I think you were the one that told me about that show.
And it was probably one of my favorite sets of the year. He was insane. So,
what's been your favorite like punk or show, any show I guess for the year? Like what's been your standout like shows?
Well, last night I saw Vince Staples. That's not a punk show, but like I saw him open for Gorillaz, and that was probably one of my favorite rap sets of the year. Also, seeing Migos open for Future. Like, but punk shows, that's hard to say. Nosferatu's definitely up there.
Yeah. Ooh, that Skeleton show was sick. Were you there for that?
Yeah, Skeleton with Combat. Skeleton, I think Skeleton kind of stole the show on that one. Combat's a great band, but like I don't know, it was kind of hard to like latch on to, like they were just playing so fast that you couldn't really.
Yeah, it was a little disconnected, and I know that there was troubles with the mic and the sound, and also for me when we played that show because we opened, the sound just went terrible. It was so bad. Like it was such a bummer because I wanted it to be really good, but Skeleton killed it.
Yeah. It's not usually too bad at Blind Tiger, but I guess
I think their
off
speakers
nights.
like were out or something. They got new speakers or something.
Yeah, someone told me that they're kind of upgrading the sound system soon, so that'll be cool.
That's the hard thing about playing different spaces is like getting used to like how the sound is there, because you want it to be like you want people to hear you and stuff, but it's hard with vocalists because you usually can't really hear them a whole lot. But
would you say you have a favorite spot to play usually?
Awful House has been great. There's like lots of space to move. Their sound is nice because it just like echoes in that warehouse space. Stacy's is always fun, but it's just their sound is really bad. Maybe someone needs to donate them a new PA or something.
I'm guessing like Snake Tank is kind of in between those two.
I like Snake Tank a lot, actually. All the shows we've played at Snake Tank have been great. I love Snake Tank a lot. Yeah. The sound has been good there, too. It's been great.
Yeah, is there anything in Kansas City that you're really just excited about right now? You can even outside of music, like what are you stoked on right now?
I don't know. That's hard. I feel so disconnected from everything. I feel like I don't really get to go out and do much. I mean, there's a lot of great artists and stuff, lots of good things. I'm just not really tuned in with the art scene here very much. I just want more shows to happen. I want to see more music. I want new bands to come up. I'm excited to tour. I'm excited. I don't know. I just want to, like, explore Kansas City.
Are there any good restaurants, any good shops you've been to lately that you've been excited about?
Well, the Antique River Market Antiques was really cool today. That was really exciting. I just love thrifting. I love going to, like, Savers. The Savers in Kansas City, like, the suburbs are, like, super lit. Restaurants, me and Bennett have been eating at that place in Westport called, like, the Corner Restaurant or whatever. It's like a brunch spot, like breakfast food. It's so good, like, so good. But I feel like when I first moved here, I was kind of, like, let down on the Kansas City food here.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, it's just, like, not that good.
Do you not do barbecue or
That's the
a lot of
thing,
chicken?
I'm a vegetarian,
okay, yeah,
so
yeah.
I can't eat all the barbecue. I'm trying to find some good, like, barbecue tofu or something. But, like, the food here is, like, kind of, like, hasn't been as good to me, but maybe I'm just not finding the right spots. Like, I mean, like, I love, like, Jerusalem Cafe. I've been wanting to try some, like, Mexican restaurants, like, in the Westport area. What's that one called? Port Fonda or whatever?
Yeah.
Or there's a bunch of, like, there's a few Mexican restaurants I want to try.
But, yeah, you're saying that you're excited by the savers that Kansas City has. And I know when you were in Denver, you worked at the Buffalo
Exchange?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I worked there for 3 years. That's where I got a lot of my stuff, my clothes. I got this hat there. Got this shirt there.
Outfit by Buffalo.
No, I got this online on eBay. I thought I was wearing my Leonard Skinner shirt. Yeah, I found a lot of really great stuff there. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and I guess I made the mistake once of asking, like, oh, is that like Arizona Trade Company? And you're like, no, it is much better than Arizona Trade Company.
ATC is great. I think maybe that was when I first started working at ATC. It's just ATC is a lot smaller and don't see as many sellers. Denver was nice because it was like, I saw all kinds of clothes. I saw, like, it was packed all the time. Like, so no, they're both great, just in different ways, I guess.
Okay.
I think I probably should, but no, ATC is awesome. Everyone's chill there.
What do you think really makes you just gravitate towards, like, a certain hat or outfit or something like that? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it has to be unique. It has to, like, I want to know that it's going to make me stand out or fit my body really well, or I just love vintage, mixing, like, vintage and new stuff. I just love clothes. I just think, like, if it's something that I have, like, an emotional, immediate reaction to, like, I kind of have to have it kind of thing, I guess.
It can be dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. It's, like, so dangerous. I have, like, so many wish lists online for, like, shoes that I want to buy. It's so bad. I have a shopping problem for sure.
But yeah, maybe you have a future in doing some kind of distro or boutique or something like
definitely.
that.
I definitely want to have my own, like, vintage shop someday or something. It'd be really cool. It's just a lot of work. A lot of people I know who keep up with, like, vintage shops, it's, like, all they do. Like, they go, like, thrifting nonstop. I mean, I guess that would be a fun life, I guess. I'm sure I'd fit right in, but...
Yeah, running, just, like, being a small business owner in general, like running a record store, running a clothing store, just, it sounds pretty exhausting from any of the experience I've had, so.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort.
But I guess that's just what you got to do to be your own boss most of the time, so it's something to strive for, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, and do you have any last shout outs or anything you want to talk about?
Let's see. Yeah, stay tuned for our demo. It's coming out soon, I promise, for those who are waiting. I think, we're playing a show on Monday with Bruised at Awful House. There's also a show tomorrow night at, is it Stacy's?
Yeah.
I
think both of these will already have happened because this comes out Tuesday.
It comes out Tuesday? Okay, well,
Yeah.
If you were there, I hope you had fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
What else is coming up? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Cool. And do you have like an online store for any of your prints or anything right now?
Yeah, I do. I have like a big cartel, like for some prints. I'll also probably be putting some new prints up there soon. I also have a bunch of these shirts I made left. So if you're looking to get like some cool shirts, I have them on my site too.
Is that the one with like the white shirt with all the
little symbols on it? Yeah, I like seeing people around KC wearing it. I'm just a terrible businesswoman. I'm just really bad at selling my own stuff. But yeah, that's on my Instagram. Make Me Ugly. You'll see my big cartel link. Kayla Haubenschild, whatever. But yeah.
Oh, have I been just saying it wrong the whole time?
What? How do you say my last name?
Haubenschild? It's
close. Yeah, it's Haubenschild.
Haubenschild. Okay.
Haubenschild, it's like the same thing to me.
Okay.
But it's very German.
I've learned. I know better now.
It's a hard one. When I was a kid, I could only spell like the first like 4 letters because I was like, I don't know how to spell this.
That's got to be kind of a bummer. Like, we have Alex Smith here, and then Kayla Hobb.
Yeah, people they just struggle. It's I'm used to it. It's a doozy.
But yeah, so people can check out your Instagram and your big cartel, and they can go to shuttlecockmusic.com and read the site. There's a link to our store with T-shirts and buttons. There's the Shuttlecock House Party coming up on October 7th at the Come and Go House. That's featuring Solomon and Devil's Den. Devil's Den features members of Blindside USA. And that'll be a fun show. It's $5 suggested donation, 9 p.m. And check out the ADD podcast with Jason Barr. And I think that's it.
Sick.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for having me on here.